Okay. Hi guys. I recorded a whole freaking video explaining what these mods do, and it turns out I wasn't recording, so I'm a little salty. But anyway, so I'll split this into two videos, in case someone's just interested in one thing and not the other. This one will be about the scenario setter. So this was originally supposed to be a mod for my specific scenario, but I decided to democratize it or whatever, distribute the means of production, whatever. So, with this specific mod, you'll be able to set the lore information for your specific map when it comes to historical information and information that only exists in my mods. So here's an example of what the JSON would look like. You put in, city name, Paris. Okay. If there's only one Paris in your map, you don't even have to include the XY coordinates. That's just to differentiate. You would put the population. If you don't use my population mod, it's just going to not do anything, so don't worry. None of this will crash if you get it wrong. The worst that will happen is your information will either not come into play or it'll just get randomly generated. So don't worry too much about making mistakes. But yeah, here you can see an example. Here's Chicago. I set the United States of America, owned it for this much time, this much time. If you don't know what this means, my original post explains it, which I will link. But basically, it's a system of multiple cores. Whoever owns the city longest gets priority when it comes to rebellions. Let's see. So population, yada yada. Here you can see what my specific scenario all filled out looks like. And there's going to be more fields and stuff added as time goes on. And this is also just the cities. There's also going to be a nation file where you can add stuff like, oh, when was this nation founded? Which, is going to affect the statistics. So, that chart that, sorts all the countries by age. Instead of everyone starting at 0, everyone would start where they're supposed to be. And, it kind of adds a sense of, historical scale to it. So that, oh, this new country that never existed outside of, your specific playthrough is now reaching the age of Belgium or something. It gives a sense of scale. It grounds things or whatever. I don't know. The point is, there's going to be a lot of information you'll be able to add, like national anthems, I don't know, other stuff. But yeah, for now, this is what we have. You can see each city has its own ownership data, its own population. I'll post the scaling I used for population. I could probably make that editable with the population mod too. If you want to change the scaling, I don't know. We'll see. But okay, hi. I had to cut that video off because I showed sensitive information. But this right here is what the mod looks like. This is my name thing, the font thing. I'm still working on it, I swear. Don't hurt me. But yeah, this is a scenario setter. This is the mod itself. Here's the scenario. You can put as many scenario folders as you want here. It'll automatically detect which information to pull from. If you don't get the name exactly right, it'll just not do the custom information, but the scenario will still run. So just be mindful that, you know, it's not going to crash or anything, but you should still mind your spelling. Um, what else? I think. And yeah, just so I'll just do everything in one video and provide timestamps. But yeah, here's the population stuff. You can see, for example, the classic New York screen I keep posting. Cities now are scaled based off of population values. Don't mind like the jitteriness, the bugginess, all that. Like, obviously it's all still work in progress, but this is more just to show you guys what I've been doing. You can see Hoboken, for example, has 15 population and thus is kind of tiny. Port Morris has 5, very tiny. Meanwhile, Queens has 85, Brooklyn has 80, and they're huge. If we go out a bit, we can see, okay, here's Toledo, Cleveland, Akron. So you see it's all Charleston is like super tiny because it has 10 population. And then let's get a random city. Pittsburgh, okay. Where was Pittsburgh? Right here. Pittsburgh. And just so you can see, like, this isn't me, like, I don't know, the Wizard of Ozing or whatever. Like this is actually the value I had set. So yeah, all of the values are set. Oh, and you can see, like, what was it? U.S. Pennsylvania 344, whatever. You can see it matches up exactly. And yeah, that's the scenario setter. Let's talk about population. Now, the lag that you see from me zooming in and out, that's not coming from the population or scenario setter stuff. That's coming from the name mod, which I still have to work on optimizing. So, again, at the very least, when it comes to like the zooming in and out stuff, pretend like that's not happening for the purposes of the population and scenario setter mod. But yeah, so you can see here, here's Detroit. You know, no one gave me an American city, so we have to default to Detroit. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. And now if we zoom out, well, first of all, let's get that out of the way so you can see. Here's Detroit. You can see Dearborn is right next to it. And let's go ahead and run the simulation. Oh, and keep in mind it's owned by the Rust Belt. Rust Belt doesn't appear, and you can see. Well, let's start at 1 speed. And there you go. You can see Rust Belt is slowly accumulating ownership time, while Michigan and U.S. aren't because they're not the current owners. And then you can see the population value is rising. You know, it's not final yet, like how what am I trying to say? How fast the population changes and everything. Like, this is just, the population stuff is stuff I've done like in one night. So just don't expect too much of it right now. But if we go up in speed, you can see both things are still doing stuff. You can see the time is still moving really fast, so it's not like slowing down the system. Like, every single city you can see is having its population values checked, its ownership checked, like every single second pretty much. And aside from like the occasional stutter, like, you're not really noticing much. Here we go to speed 10. You can see population continues to rise, fall. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but Dearborn, for example, has grown. Like, the actual city itself has grown. Let's go to speed 15. Chart the expansion of the city. yeah, you can see it's kind of like beating, like the heart is beating right now. And again, subject to change, because you guys hound me for my work in progresses. But you can see Dearborn has now reached the population of Detroit and is now the same size. If you rewind the video, you'll remember, like, they used to be real small. Now there's no plagues or anything yet, so you can see like every city is fucking growing. Yeah, you can see like over here. Ooh boy. The higher the city population, the more likely it is to rebel. Am I missing anything? I don't know if I am. But yeah. So yeah, obviously this system can be expanded upon. Obviously optimization has to happen. I know, I'm working on it. But you can see, like, even though all of this information is checked day by day, let me run it one more time so you guys can see, like, this is speed 15. I think the max in vanilla is like speed 5. So, like, you can see it's still running pretty good, even without optimization runs. No, I'm not explaining that. What else? I think that's about it, guys. Future changes. Well, right now, the more money you have in your bank, the faster your cities' populations will grow. That's just like a basic thing I added tonight, just to, you know, get the ball rolling when it comes to like making the population fluctuate and stuff. Plagues can definitely be added pretty easily too, or at least I hope pretty easily. It seems pretty easy. But what else? I don't know what else to really talk. Oh yeah, you'll probably be able to spend money, or countries can spend money to like fund their cities, expand them, increase their population. The more population you have, the more money you'll get. Maybe like change the scaling on like income on that, but that would require a lot of balancing. So don't expect that anytime soon. What else? There was one more thing. Oh, raising. So the way I want to do it is, I still want total city destruction, but maybe I'll keep that for like very, very rare cases, because, you know, it's not like someone could come in and like totally annihilate New York City in one go. If New York City were to be raised, it would be more like 33% of the population dying and stuff. So yeah, and I know a lot of you guys are probably going to want more concrete scaling of population, like more concrete representation instead of like CK3 rules where it's like 0 to 100. We'll have to see. I still have to do a lot of optimization runs, and again, this is like a smaller map. With not as many cities as a lot that I'm seeing in the server. So I still need to do a lot of optimization, a lot of checks, see what the system can like truly handle. But if it can get scaled, then yeah, we could try doing like concrete population values like 60,000, 1 million, 2 million. Specifics, you know, specific numbers. We could try doing that, but we'll see. At least for now, I'll keep it 0 to 100 just so I can add stuff like migration and plagues and stuff like that, just to see what the system can handle. Okay, I think I have talked long enough. Thank you for joining me on my little video adventure. Love you guys, and name mod font thing will come soon. Okay, it'll come soon. Blech.